Yep.
It is an honor to meet you, sir.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I'm sure you get this all the time, but your part in Starship Troopers truly changed my life.
Really? How?
Well, no one thought the war against the arachnids of Clendathu could be won, but you showed the Starship Troopers that those bugs could be destroyed. A lot of people think the war on terror is a war that can't be won, right? That's why I joined the Department of Homeland Security. My friend, 2 words. Starship Troopers.
If you want to know the secret of being, you will come with us.
Please, I really need to go.
Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry to bother you. You move along.
Bye.
I want a friend that's a unicorn.
If you want to know the secret of being, come with us. And then you got Ashley. I need a unicorn as a friend. You know, when I immediately heard him say that, I immediately thought of this movie and Neil Patrick Harris there riding that magical unicorn. A more current representation of people representing unicorns in art could be shown in that show Happy, where they depict all the child molestation and pedo symbolism and, you know, drag queen culture and how it spirals into, you know, LBGTQP for pedo. But anyway, let's dive deeper into Ashton Kutcher's unicorn friend here, the Dark Horse. The Dark Ones. It's always something dark and mystical in that energy realm. But it always comes down to psychoblend mushrooms, because I'm not sure if you're familiar with that movie, but right before that scene, he just had a massive load, like a huge bag, just filled with magic mushrooms, just shoved them all down his gullet. And then it makes you wonder that they got people like Jeff Bezos here, where they're just focused on his divorce. Well, this is so obvious because people like him can't be married if anyone's familiar with the New World Order and stuff like that. I mean, just think about everything that he's involved with. Think about all the evil that's around him that he surrounds himself with. I mean, the Bible blatantly says right here, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Unbelievable, powerful words right there. So when I say that Jeff Bezos has surrounded himself with evil, and he's the richest man pretty much on the planet, and he has all that money, you don't think he's manifesting the most demonic things that you could possibly imagine? You don't think that he's summoning dark forces from realms from which we possibly can't even comprehend? I mean, just think about how deep and dark into the occult he really is. I mean, it's no known secret that in Silicon Valley is all about the mystic, the mind. Not so much as God, but, you know, the spiritual. But when they get that, you know, dimethyltryptamine. Oh my gosh, dimethyltryptamine. There it is, or commonly known as DMT, which is a molecule which occurs in many plants and animals. See, that's a common thing right there when they say that it's common in all of us. And what you're doing is like you're activating it. What do we know about activation, resonance, energy? You know, I believe Mike Adams could thoroughly give a deeper scientific explanation about DMT and how it... You know, honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. I want to do DMT. I want to see what it's like when a divine spirit does DMT compared to like a husk or someone who's not even trained in the mythical arts or the spiritual world or anything. I haven't even come to the conclusion that they're a divine being. Just think about that. But it's also known as the spirit molecule. I mean, Mike Adams was in South America for a long time. Did he ever try ayahuasca? Enhancing his water molecules like a rod into the spiritual, you know, resonating with the energies of the universe. But I noticed something strange here when they talk about the molecule. Remember, they talk about a positive, a negative, what else do we know that's something like that? Oh yeah, Earth. Earth could be a water molecule. I mean, think about it. You have the North, the core, the South. Well, see, this is only, I can't believe I have to say it, but this is only if you believe that Earth is round. But I could prove that kind of Earth is round without flat Earth people giving us... See, what if we just live inside of a gravity field and the Earth isn't really spinning at all? The Earth is round, but technically we're just floating inside the gravity field, and through induction and other forms of magnetism between the North, the South, and the core, and how it resonates with the magnetic field, around the Earth. Think about it. It could produce some kind of, one of those zero gravity fields where the Earth is just sitting there inside, and what they're measuring is the gravity field that's spinning on the outside, and that's why we don't feel it. That's why the Earth is still round, but that's why you don't feel, or the gravity argument, whatever the hell that they want to say for that, why the Earth is around, but I just believe that one. It makes way more sense. So let's continue on. So when you Google various images of DMT, you're always presented with an array of, colorful creatures, aliens, beings from another planet, dimension, realm, whatever you want to call it. But what else do you notice about these pictures is that most of them are always geometrically proportionate. And now I believe that is very important to understanding DMT, and more so the universe and how we resonate with the water in our body. And if what Alex Jones says is true about Joe Rogan, the DMT, mind-altering artificial substances, the neurokin, allowing for deeper communication within the subconscious, turning your body into a portal, your water, activating as if in a portal, bringing other beings, creatures through you. That's why they want you to do this. I mean, think about it. But when we look at Dr. Masaru Emoto's energy and resonance, and how he related everything to water, and the common theory presented is we're all connected to the universe. The universe is just made of energy, and we're all energy. And if you realize that we're all energy, you can connect your energy to others. And that's how, people have supposed mystical powers, or they're psychics, or their intuition is just raised to a higher level because they're just resonating with the universe around them, which allows them the secrets, unlocks the mysteries, provides them with spiritual guidance, God communicating through you, through the water within your body. Just think about that. But to help us understand sacred geometry even more, we have to look at David Wilcock. Unbelievable. I feel like David Wilcock is on the same line of the buzzwords as, moon landing, denying, flat earth, and stuff like that. I feel like if you bring up David Wilcock, you get the same treatment, you get the same looks, you get the same... like, how dare you listen to David Wilcock? He's insane. Get the hell out of here. But anyway, we see this right here. You need to watch this to fully understand what I'm going to be explaining in the next few days. But David Wilcock goes into the deep depths of sacred geometry. And we'll notice how sacred geometry and DMT and Dr. Masaru Emoto's are all strangely all closely related to what... Remember, I don't believe in coincidences, so it lets you know that they're on to something, that the universe really is alive, that it is made of energy, that we do resonate with one another, that psychic vampirism is probably one of the ultimate forms of demonic behavior, because you're just replenishing that demonic spirit through ways that were probably banned in the past. Think about it, the flood. Don't worry, we're going to get into that, but notice how in this DMT picture here they show us a phoenix. Oh yes, you better believe that that's the common symbolism for the phoenix. Now, why is the phoenix important? Well, it makes perfect sense along with all the sacred geometry and water resonation, because what the phoenix represents, we have life after death. You know, resurrection. That's pretty much what people describe when they take DMT. You know, think about, they're communicating with these spirits, they're communicating with these beings, they're entering these other realms and dimensions. How do you think you get there? Is it tricking your body as if you're dead, allowing you access to the deeper subconsciousness of your mind? Is that how it works? But then we could also look to Dr. Hans Jenny and the study of geometry and fluid vibration along the same lines as Dr. Masaru Emoto's work. Notice how when they increase the frequency in the water, just like Emoto's water, it exhibits the resonance. It changes its shape. It turns into sacred geometry. Notice these. Notice anything strange. Notice how it looks like all those drawings. Notice how it looks like all those examples of people doing DMT. All the artworks of DMT. See, this is why I believe that there's just a bigger picture out there. There's just more than meets the eye. They want you to lose your spirituality because they truly know how powerful it is. They don't want you to engage in this activity because, I've said this before, they are selfish. They want all the energy for themselves. They want to turn that energy into a dark, whatever vision that they have conjured up in their mind that they wish to manifest on our plane. It's truly disgusting, but we'll see here as sacred geometry. Look at this. It is associated with the belief that a god is the geometer of the world. Oh my gosh, the geometry used in the design and construction of religious structures such as churches, temples, mosques, religious monuments, altars, you know, buildings in general. Notice how one of the conspiracies is how they dim down architecture and everything, make it all bland and more evidence to support sacred geometry and how shapes and everything that just symbolism relates. Because Owen Benjamin said this as well. Our world, our society is built entirely on symbolism. There's everything there, which is more evidence for me to support that our soul, you know, our spirituality is the most valuable part of this vessel. Which is why they work so hard to destroy it. Think about it. They work so hard to destroy your spirituality. They target your chakras, your immune system, because they know on an ultimate level they fear that retribution on the other side.